This is Mrs. Johnson. This is a brief video of how to use Mathematica as a calculator and graphing tool. In assignment number 1 in WebAssign, there were a couple of problems that you could do. I'm going to look at question 6 and question 9. Just a second, I'll show you a screenshot. This was question 6, where it gave you f of x equals 3x squared minus x plus 5, and asked you to find all these different things using function notation. And this was question 9 that gave you a graph and asked you which of these equations could be this graph to match it. So let's use Mathematica to actually see how we can use Mathematica to help us to check our answers to make sure they're right. So the first thing I did here was in a notebook. A couple things I just want you to remember. Actually, I spelled Mathematica wrong here. Is that this yellow or orangey shine means freeform content. You should not use this formatting for our courses at DCC. That is a no-no. So do not use freeform. We should be using from the Mathematica manual how to use Mathematica. So the first thing I did was I actually put in here the value of the function f of x from example number 6 or exercise number 6. I'm going to shift enter this and put it into Mathematica's memory. And then again, you can see that there is the function that's there. In Mathematica, remember they do it in ascending order, so it has the constant term first, then the linear term, then the quadratic term. But it's the same function, 3x squared minus x plus 5. Now, we could use, I did a plot of a graph of this function from -5 to 5. And then I named that graph 1. And then you can see there's the graph from -5 to 5 of the parabolic function. Now, the exercise asked us to find the value of the function when x equals 2. So you'll see that as we could type in the value of the function at -2, shift enter. It asked us to find the value of the function at a. It asked us to find the value of the function at -a. Notice it will nicely show you all those values. They wanted to know the value of the function of f of a plus 1. Notice at the bottom it actually comes up with quicker ways you can do, so we could simplify this, or we could expand that. We could factor it, whatever they ask us to do, right? These are all different things here that Mathematica can do. They asked us to find f of a squared. Sorry, I forgot my brackets. And so forth. You can see that Mathematica can help you to, if you want to check your answers, there's all of your answers that you could have in there. For question number 9, which let me show you that, which was of course asking you to match this graph. Notice the domain was from -10 to 10 and the range was from -10 to 10. And you said that that kind of looks like a quartic type function, that W shape. So you took that choice of their quartic function and you put it in here. And then we'll say, okay, let's plot that function, call it graph 2, and then show that graph. Doesn't look exactly like that, but the domain is different. So let's plot another, the range is different and the domain is different. So let's go from -10 to 10. And we have Mathematica graph this, graph 2a. Okay, well, that still doesn't look like one of those graphs, but let's see if we set the range there and call that graph 2b. and then graph 2b. Ah, look at that. It looks just like question number 9. So Mathematica is a way for you to help you with your web assigned problems and your homework problems to see if your solutions are correct.